Have a fun video you'd like to see featured on NCW Life? Email us at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.
It's time for NCW Life News on the NCW Life channel. The latest from the Wenatchee Valley and North Central Washington with Steve Hare, Grant Olson, and sports with Eric Granstrom.
Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCW Life Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window, and not a bad day today. We did see a few more clouds today than we have in the past, but look at that beautiful picture as we look down. Beautiful video, I should say, as we look down from the Omi Gardens area. Still a wisp of clouds and a little bit of smoke from planned burns that have been going on around the Wenatchee Valley, but a beautiful shot and not a lot of weather to tell you about. We are seeing quiet weather conditions because of an area of high pressure. And here's three things to know as we head into the end of the week and into this weekend. We have seen some flooding across parts of southeast Washington, also around the Idaho Panhandle. That now should be subsiding as we move our way through the week. We will see a warm front stay in place and a ridge until Thursday, and then a cold front will move through, and that'll bring us a slight chance for showers on Friday before we get back to more normal temperatures and dry conditions for our upcoming weekend. And we'll have your complete weather forecast a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A Moses Lake man is missing and believed to be injured following a gun battle Sunday. And even with the warmer weather, Wenatchee Police Department has seen a rise in theft of vehicles left running to warm them up in the morning. But first, we begin tonight. What will the new year bring for Chelan County marijuana growers? New zoning regulations are now in place that require growers to obtain conditional use permits in addition to state permits. Chelan County commissioners tell NCW Life News that applications are starting to trickle in.
I understand there are a couple that have had applications in for conditional use. What we did with the regulations was allow them until the 1st of March to amortize out their investments that they have if they were legally licensed and producing prior to the moratorium that we put in place. That's a fairly small number compared to the number of marijuana growers that did receive their licenses. We still have an ongoing issue with the state as far as how they handle that, and there's was a lawsuit that didn't agree with the state attorney's opinion of how that should be done, and we're looking forward to seeing how that affects things. But the next kind of timeline will be the 1st of March, and at that time then only those with an operating CUP will be allowed to grow marijuana. And so there'll be a number of enforcement actions will have to take place, and exactly what method that will be done, that will be determined at that time. But the 1st of March is the date that we're looking at.
Keith, did you want to add anything to that?
I would just say that as of the 1st of March, we actually will have regulations in place, and that is the difference. I mean, we've been, there's been a lot of push and a lot of enforcement actions, but now we do have some clearly defined regulations that people can look at and say, am I in the proper zoning? Do I have the proper equipment to mitigate for smell and the other issues that we've addressed? So it does bring more certainty to the growing operation.
Meanwhile, the group Central Washington Growers has challenged the rules in court. A Moses Lake man is missing and believed injured after a Sunday afternoon shooting north of Moses Lake, and investigators are asking the public for help finding him. Grant County deputies responded to a call around 3:15 Sunday of multiple gunshots exchanged between the occupants of two moving vehicles at Nepple Road Northeast and Road 10.2 Northeast. The driver of one of the vehicles and suspected shooter is 29-year-old Matthew Lowe, who was unaccounted for and police say likely injured in the shootout. The other alleged shooter is 45-year-old Patrick Pearson, who was shot in the arm and taken by ambulance to Samaritan Hospital in Moses Lake. Pearson was initially released from the hospital, but following an investigation was arrested yesterday in the May Valley area and is now in the Grant County Jail. Detectives say the shooting was prompted by an ongoing dispute between Pearson and Lowe. Anyone with information regarding the whereabouts of Matthew Lowe are urged to call the Grant County Sheriff's Office at 509-762-1160. Well, we may have a break with freezing temperatures in the morning, but the Wenatchee Police Department hasn't seen a lull in early morning car thefts. Captain Edgar Reinfeld talked about the rise in vehicle thefts on Street Talk and Other Stuff with Mike Magnotti yesterday morning.
Please stop turning on your cars to warm them up and leaving them sitting there with the keys in the ignition. We have a very small problem with vehicle theft here. In fact, we rarely have stolen vehicles. Right. But 8 in the last month, at least half of which were directly related to going out, starting the car, letting it warm up, and then going back inside. It's difficult to defrost the car. It can be difficult to scrape. It can be difficult to do a lot of things, but even more difficult is getting by through life with your car having gone bye-bye. We've recovered most of them, but there was another one yesterday morning at 4:30.
Well, I mean, who wants your
gone.
car stolen, you know?
Right.
So what if they recover it? I mean, good grief, some dirtbag out there driving your car?
Or putting it in a ditch or
Yeah.
off the side of a, mountainside road or whatever else. It's not good for you.
You can watch Reinfeld's full interview on Street Talk and Other Stuff on our website in our on-demand section. Well, the early forecast looks promising for Columbia River flows upstream from Rocky Reach and Rock Island dams. Chelan County PUD commissioners were briefed on the latest mountain snowpack measurements at their Monday meeting. So far this winter, forecast flow for January through July of 2018 is 110% of average. Forecast runoff into Lake Chelan for April through July is 104% of average. Coming up next, a local company is giving the people of Wenatchee a reason to be excited about an upcoming ski race, and we'll give you a sneak peek at the new Panda Express that opened in Wenatchee this past weekend. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life Evening News.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old, fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
Hi there, my name's Patrick and I'm the branch manager here at New American Funding. Applying for a home loan is an exciting time. You may have a lot of questions about how to meet your home loan goals, the loan process, or your borrowing options. We're here to help. We do things differently here at New American Funding. Not only do we have an array of loan products and a team of specialists to support you, but we get to know you personally. We want to earn your trust and business for life. So stop by our Wenatchee or Chelan office or give us a call today.
Welcome back. In other news, a local company is giving the people of Wenatchee a reason to get excited about the Red Bull Crushed Ice Downhill Racing Championships coming up in March. CMI Orchards is sponsoring racer Matt Johnson as he participates in the event and will be wearing the logo of one of our locally grown apples. NCW Life's Jay Seebeck has more.
So what does Wenatchee, Red Bull, ice racing, and an apple all have in common? I'm here at CMI Orchards to find out more. I'm going to be talking with marketing specialist Danielle Huber, who's going to tell me a little bit more about the Kanzi apple and its sponsorship of downhill ice racer Matt Johnson.
The Red Bull Crushed Ice event in Minnesota. Our goal was to obviously get the Kanzi apple into consumers' hands, and then also partner with our retailers to make sure that they're coming up with, successful apple sales. We sent the assets of the logo, and they came up with the design. The back is really cool. It's got kind of a skull and crossbones look, so it's not. It's a good mix of fun with a little bit of edge.
Well, now that we've spent so much time talking about the downhill racing and the sponsorship of the apple, I'm sure some of you are wondering a little bit more about the Kanzi apple itself. Some of us may not have tried it, but other of us might be pretty curious. So let's go over to the packing facility and find out more.
The Kanzi itself is a cross between Gala and Braeburn. In order for it to be called a Kanzi, it has to meet certain grade standards. The European taste profile, they kind of like that tart, a little bit of sweet, mostly tart, Granny Smith kind of flavor profile.
So in March, you can tune into the Crashed Ice Championships. Here from the north end of Wenatchee, I'm Jay Seebeck for NCW Life News.
Thank you, Jay. Well, it's the first location in north central Washington for the popular fast food chain, which sports more than 1,900 locations in all 50 states and 6 countries. We're talking about Panda Express, which opened its doors over the weekend in Wenatchee. The restaurants, many in suburban malls and airports, offer a point-and-serve buffet of Chinese chicken, beef, shrimp, and vegetables. At around 1,450 square feet, the Wenatchee location is one of the company's smaller restaurants, but with its paved walkways and outdoor seating, the total footprint measures closer to 2,200 square feet. The restaurant will also have a drive-through window and roughly 27 parking spaces. The Panda Express is company-owned and built. According to Easy's Burger Deluxe owner Pete Azetta, who sold the Panda property, the company has been interested in Wenatchee for years but struggled to find exactly the right location. The new Panda Express is open 7 days a week from 10:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. There was a festive mood at the state capitol in Olympia yesterday. It was Latino Legislative Day, and what better way to celebrate the occasion than a concert by Wenatchee High School's Mariachi Wenatchee. The group, under the direction of Ramon Flores, performed for Lieutenant Governor Cyrus Habib before they put on a show in the Capitol Rotunda. You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update, followed by today's feature story. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Stay with us.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Hi, I'm Eric Grandstrom, inviting you to join us for the Kashmir Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant live on the NCW Life channel Saturday, February 10th, beginning at 6:30. Also on our website at ncwlife.com and on our Facebook page. Coverage brought to you by Merry Maids, Relax, It's Done, and Schmidt Electric, serving the West since 1960. It's the Kashmir Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant live on the NCW Life channel Saturday, February 10th at 6:30.
Lake Wenatchee YMCA camp programs focus on our 4 core values of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility. Make this summer's memories last a lifetime. Pick your theme week today with a wide variety of safe and engaging activities. Lake Wenatchee YMCA camp is the ultimate summer fun in the sun camp for children, teens, and families. Reserve your child's week today.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Tuesday. Wenatchee High School Athletic Director Jim Beeson has been recognized for his work. Beeson has been named the District 6 Athletic Director of the Year for 4A schools. This follows his selection in December as the Big 9 AD of the Year. He'll be recognized at the Washington State Athletic Administrators Conference in Spokane in April. The recognition by District 6 also puts Beeson in as a finalist for the State Athletic Director of the Year. Beeson attributes his work ethic to advice from his father. He said, quote, "My dad always told me just do your job and a little bit more than what's expected of you. That's what I tell kids to do as much as they think their dad would want them to, and a little bit more." Beeson has been the athletic director at Wenatchee High since 2014, replacing B.J. Kuntz. Another good news from the Wenatchee School District, Dale Blair, Wenatchee High School sports medicine instructor and athletic trainer, has been selected to receive the Secondary School Athletic Trainers Committee, the SSATC 2018 Servant's Heart Award. According to the organization's Bart Peterson, this prestigious award recognizes secondary school athletic trainers for their service to their athletic training profession, their schools, and their communities. It reflects a lifetime of dedication to the secondary school setting. Blair will be recognized by the National Athletic Trainers Association 2018 conference in New Orleans in late June. Blair, who's been serving his role for Wenatchee High School for 26 years, says, quote, "It has been an honor to serve the athletes and teach my sports medicine students at Wenatchee High School." Congratulations to Beeson and Blair. Some good news there. Taking a look at the Les Schwab Prep Scoreboard in high school wrestling from last weekend. We didn't get to it yesterday because we just ran out of time. Wenatchee and Eastmont wrestlers at the District 6 4A meet to West Valley, while Moses Lake won the team championship. Panthers and Wildcats had 9 wrestlers placed in the top 4 to advance to regionals. Eastmont's Luis Arellano took 4th at 120. Wildcats' Damian Vivanco was 4th at 126. Eastmont's Adrian Vivanco took 3rd at 132. Meanwhile, teammate Cesar Sidio was 2nd at 138. Brett Womack 2nd at 170 pounds for the Wildcats. Wenatchee's Lucas Carranza was 3rd and Ronan Hayes 4th at 182. The Panthers' Jose Galarza took 4th at 195, and Eastmont's Christian Tonga 4th at 285 pounds. Meanwhile, Chelan placed several players atop the podium at the District 6 1A wrestling tournament. That was in Omak over the weekend. Chelan won the team title with 285 points to Cascade's 216. And Cashmere's 130. The Goats had champions in Jaden Bias at 120, James Austin at 132, Javier Pastor at 138, Eric Alcala at 152, Braden Williams at 160, Johnny Ayala at 170, Skylar Gordon at 182, and Brian Mendoza at 220. The Kodiaks had 4 district champs, including Juan Martinez at 106, Daniel Sandoval at 126, Daniel Claros at 145, and Arthur Drake at 285. Meanwhile, Cashmere's Matthew Cunning was first at 113 pounds as the Bulldogs' only champion. On the prep schedule for today, Eastmont hosts Davis in a girl-boy doubleheader tonight. We'll have it live on the NCW Life channel with yours truly and Grant Olson on the play-by-play. Now, the Big 9 first and second seeds to district are all sewn up. On the boys' side, Eastmont's opponent tonight, Davis, is the Big 9 regular season champs, ranked number 5th in the WIAA's RPI index, 7th by the Tacoma News Tribune, 8th by Max Preps. The number 2 seed is Sunnyside with its 9-2 record. The final 4 spots are still to be determined. Wenatchee and Moses Lake are tied at 5-5 with the Panthers playing at the Chiefs tonight. Meanwhile, Eastmont is a half game behind West Valley for the 5th spot. Wildcats will have a play-in game next Tuesday, no matter what, either at Moses Lake, at Wenatchee, or could even be at West Valley. Taking a look at the Big 9 girls playoff scenario. The 4th-ranked Moses Lake girls are the regular season champ. Sunnyside 2nd. Then you have Davis at 6-4, Eastmont 4-6, West Valley 4-7, Wenatchee 3-7. Eastmont could either host or be on the road for a play-in game next Tuesday against West Valley or Wenatchee. So a lot on the line, so be sure and watch all the action tonight with our pregame beginning at 5:40. Our features this week focus on the top 10 candidates for the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant. Today, Estella Navarro, the daughter of Ed and Deborah Navarro, has quite a varied set of interests.
Tell me a little bit about yourself before we get into these questions here.
Well, I am the senior drum major for the Golden Apple Marching Band. I also participate in mock trial, which is really great because I would like to pursue a future career as an attorney. And I also play the clarinet, so don't let the title drum major fool you. Don't play the drums, I play the clarinet.
What would it mean for you to be a part of the Apple Blossom Royal Court?
it would mean everything. My dad has worked in the apple industry for a long time now, and just seeing how much that this industry has given to our family is a great blessing, definitely. And I just being in the top 10, it's just such a humbling experience, because I thought I knew how much the community supported this group, but I really didn't, because just so much support that we get from the community and everything that they give us is just a huge humbling experience to be part of, and I love it.
Our next candidate is Shane Stanaway, the daughter of Eric and Sandy Stanaway.
Nursing and journalism. Now that's an interesting mix. What do you hope to get out of that, and where do you hope to go with that?
Well, I really want to do nursing, but I want to go to UW for that. So if I don't get into that, I'll probably switch to just journalism, because I really love reading. I love reading too, and writing. And then, I don't know, I want to help people, and I don't like going to the doctors, but it's cool to see their job and what they do and how they help people, and I think that'd be really cool.
Says if you could trade places with anybody that you would choose Jennifer Lawrence. Why?
She was one of the youngest actresses to win a Golden Globe, and she's really honest in her interviews, and not in a mean way, but she just says whatever comes out, and I think that's, I don't know, confidence maybe, or yeah. And she donates to a lot of charities, which I think is super cool, like bullying and stuff like that. So I think she's just a good role model for me or anybody.
Now, to watch the complete interviews with all of our top 10 candidates, visit our website, ncwlife.com, and click Lifestyles. The Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant is Saturday at the Wenatchee High School Auditorium. You can watch it live here on the NCW Life channel beginning at 6:30. Grant will be back with a recap of our top stories and our forecast. Thanks for watching NCW Life News.
Lake Chelan mailboxes find solutions and the best price for all your shipping needs, including UPS, FedEx, and the U.S. Postal Service. We offer a variety of services, including quality copies of all sizes, faxing, scanning, sending and receiving email, laminating, and notarizing. Enjoy browsing through our large selection of greeting cards. Lake Chelan mailboxes supports our military, fire victims, and our community. Come see us at the Plaza in Lake Chelan.
Bay Equity Home Loans in Wenatchee, serving all of North Central Washington. We make it our priority to learn all about your financial needs. Whether you're buying your first home, refinancing, or want a reverse mortgage, our mortgage professionals are ready to guide you through the loan process. We have a wide variety of loan products to fit your family's needs. Call Bay Equity Home Loans of Wenatchee today for your pre-approval. 509-888-0466.
Time now for a recap of our top stories. What will the new year bring for Chelan County marijuana growers? New zoning regulations are now in place that require growers to obtain additional use permits in addition to state permits. Chelan County commissioners tell NCW Life News that applications are starting to trickle in.
I understand there are a couple that have had applications in for conditional use. What we did with the regulations was allow them until the 1st of March to amortize out their investments that they have if they were legally licensed and producing prior to the moratorium that we put in place. That's a fairly small number compared to the number of marijuana growers that did receive their licenses. We still have an ongoing issue with the state as far as how they handle that, and there's was a lawsuit that didn't agree with the state attorney's opinion of how that should be done, and we're looking forward to seeing how that affects things. But the next kind of timeline will be the 1st of March, and at that time then only those with an operating CUP will be allowed to to grow marijuana. And so there'll be a number of enforcement actions will have to take place, and exactly what method that will be done, that will be determined at that time. But the 1st of March is the date that we're looking at.
Keith, did you want to add anything to that?
I would just say that as of the 1st of March, we actually will have regulations in place, and that is the difference. I mean, we've been, there's been a lot of push and a lot of enforcement actions, but now we do have some clearly defined regulations that people can look at and say, am I in the proper zoning? Do I have the proper equipment to mitigate for smell and the other issues that we've addressed? So it does bring more certainty to the growing operation.
Meanwhile, the group Central Washington Growers has challenged those rules in court. Well, in one of the biggest national news stories earlier today, SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket successfully lifted off from Pad 39A at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. This was the first flight of the 27-engine rocket, the most powerful operational rocket in the world. The rocket made it through the moment of maximum stress and released the 2 outer cores, which successfully landed back at Kennedy Space Center. The successful launch of the Falcon Heavy signals a giant step forward in spaceflight. The rocket has a few more launches scheduled, but now that SpaceX has demonstrated that it works, it's likely more customers will be interested in the rocket. That rocket is built by SpaceX, the game-changing company helmed by billionaire Tesla CEO Elon Musk. On board the rocket that's now headed for orbit around the Earth is Musk's personal Tesla Roadster. At the wheel is a dummy dressed in a spacesuit, and the car is blaring David Bowie's Space Oddity on an endless loop. Musk wants to land on Mars by the year 2020. Well, taking a look now at our North Central Washington weather forecast. It was a nice one once again. Let's take a look outside our weather window, and what a beautiful shot still of some lingering misty haze and smoke out there over the Columbia River as we look down from our Omi Garden camera, and a few clouds out there as well. But for the main part in our weather, a ridge of high pressure is still firmly in control of our weather, and for the 4th time in as many days, we could see another record high temperature this afternoon in the Wenatchee Valley, even though our temperatures are down from what we've seen on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, so I really don't think that we'll get there today. Our mild sunny weather will continue on Wednesday and Thursday as well, with high temperatures both days into the middle 50s. By early Friday morning and throughout the day on Friday, a weak weather cold front will slide through north central Washington, bringing us about a 20% chance of a rain-snow mix. Really nothing to worry about. Behind the cold front, our temperatures will fall back to seasonal normals, with highs on Friday through Monday in the mid to upper 40s. Let's take a look at that forecast now, and overnight tonight we will drop down to a very mild 35 degrees. For Wednesday, we'll stay on the warm side, partly to mostly cloudy skies, and 55, 37 Wednesday night. For Thursday, lots of sunshine and 54. By Friday, I mentioned a slight chance of a shower or two, mainly in the morning and maybe in the early afternoon hours, and we'll cool off too. 48 for Friday, 44 on Saturday, and we'll stay in the mid-40s throughout the weekend and into Monday, with lows in the upper 20s to around 30 degrees. And a reminder to everyone, if you have a video of the day you'd like to see on the NCW Life Evening News, message us on our Facebook page at the NCW Life channel. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and News with Steve Hare. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
This has been NCW Life News on the NCW Life channel. For more news, log on to ncwlife.com, like us on Facebook, and follow NCW Life channel on Twitter.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
Get the fastest internet available in North Central Washington by switching to LocalTel and get speeds up to 1,000 meg. Call 888-8888 today or go online to localtel.net.